Hello, my name is Nicolas K, and I'm presenting on big government. Big government is a term generally used by conservatives and libertarians to describe a government or public sector that they consider to be excessively large and involved in certain areas of public policy or the private sector. This is a definition according to Wikipedia. This country is ideologically split between Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives, and everything else in between. The term big government in today's society can be closely associated towards the left wing of political alignment. We can take a glance across the Atlantic and view a country that has big government, France. France is a socialist government with government intervention in just about every aspect of society. We can take a look at their prosperity and freedoms of France and compare them to ours. I ask you to question yourself, who is more prosperous? There are three key mechanisms by which a large public sector might be thought to depress economic performance. First of all, there is a question of taxation. Secondly, there is an argument that public spending is inevitably associated with increase in the share of activities in the economy where measured productivity growth is slow. And thirdly, there's an argument that the public sector is inherently inefficient because it's not subject to the same sort of incentives as the market sector. This quote was pulled from Martin Wheel and his commentary on big government from the National Institute of Economic Review. A quote from Thomas Jefferson: "A government big enough to give you everything you want is strong enough to take everything you have." This brings me to my next talking point in that with big government, do we associate a loss of freedoms? With the government infringing upon all the parts of society in hopes for prosperity and regulation, do you think that comes at a cost? In George Orwell's book, 1984, it references the theme of Big Brother, or to some degree of interpretation, big government. With Big Brother spying on its citizens left and right through TV screens and such. It can be observed that a portion of this country who believe in conservatism and readily align themselves more towards the right side of the political spectrum do not favor big government. A majority of those uphold the nature of self-proprietary of small businesses, corporate enterprise, and the flourishing of prosperity of the private sector. In this country, through many terms of presidents throughout history, we have witnessed all types of leadership. Some leadership in this country instituted policies that directed us towards more government spending and intervention, while others instituted tax alleviations and seen this country prosper economically. The underlying principle that I want to come across with today, and the overall thematic presence associated with the term big government, has to do with very simple ideas. There are those that fear for their safety, well-being, and prosperity, as well as their future. Those are the people that oppose big government in fear of those freedoms being taken away. Then there are those people that favor big government, the people that lack in certain areas of life and are in need of assistance, so they look towards those in power for help. They favor big government in hopes of reaching prosperity one day through the usage of their resources. Big government as an idea separates us into those that support it and those that oppose it, just like many other ideas that impedes unison in this country. Thank you for listening to my presentation.